Okay, this one is MutableKeys. Implement the advanced type MutableKeys, which picks all the mutable, not read-only keys into a union. So basically, mutable is the opposite of read-only. So we're going to grab all the ones that are not read-only. So in this case, we're going to just get A back for A1 because A is not read-only. It doesn't matter if the value is undefined or not, so we have to watch out for that. It doesn't matter, and I see here we're taking a look at whether there's any interplay with optional. There is not, so we just want the things that are not read-only. If we pass in nothing, we get back never. That should be easy. We shouldn't have to handle that as an edge case because never is just like empty set in union speak. Yeah, what do you think about this one, Andrew?
So I think we can use, there's like a required generic type. Or like a type that takes a generic that I think we'll probably use here to determine whether or not something is. So initially, like I think it'd be pretty easy to do this, to have a version of this that's similar to the one we just looked at, or similar to the is required challenge. But this would really just be like an is read only. But we don't want a Boolean response here. Like we don't want true or false. We actually want the list of keys. So we can't compare the whole object. We've got to actually compare individual keys here. So I think we probably want, I was going to say we want a map, but that's not going to work for the case of returning never, I don't think. It will if we do key of and then map, right?
Yeah, so you're saying key of, oops, if I can type, and then we're going to do stuff in here.
Yeah, so we could map over the keys of T, and I'm thinking, so we're just returning but then I think this is probably where we're going to use like the, I forget the correct name for the syntax, but like as, yeah, exactly. And we're probably going to do like an extend in here. So I think we could do like, would it work to say like does T of P extend required T of P? That's what I'm thinking. But
okay.
Yeah.
So you got way farther than so I always try just in good faith because it helps to frame it. I always try to solve these without looking at any solutions. I usually look at solutions pretty quickly, but I tried.
I'm with you.
I never could have gotten this solution. You got like 10 times farther than I did on this one personally. So there's a couple tricky things going on here. Like, how do you check whether or not the read-only picked value, like the read-only subset of the values that we gave, or the values we're mapping through, are equal? And like I just said a second ago, if anyone was watching the last one Andrew and I did together, you end up using this equal type a lot as you get into more and more advanced things. I think this is one of the only things that I've come across in the challenges that I think would be nice to have. And there is actually an issue to add this to TypeScript, but in the issue, they found a way to do it without having to add it to the standard library. And I'm like, oh, do that.
Of course.
But we have like our T here, and then we have our read-only T, essentially. Yep. The problem is we need to incorporate the individual value into this. So to do that, we're going to do this. And then same business down here. Oops, what did I do? Okay, I don't know. Let's just type it. So when we do that...
I thought you were going to put the pick outside of the read-only. Interesting, okay. I guess, no, that should be the same. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it would be I think it would be the same. Let's check. Read only T would be like that. No, it's not the same.
Yeah, that's
I'm not sure why that's not the same. Never, they're all never. Okay, we'll ponder. We have another alternative, so maybe we can ponder over that in the alternative. And then this doesn't matter. We don't ever use the values. I was just doing that because it's like standard framing for this kind of thing. So yeah, this is like, sometimes it happens that there's really no other way to accomplish a task, like especially with unions, without making a map type and like doing some work in the keys of the map type. this is one of those cases. I was very confused by that. So you immediately picked up on like, oh, we're going to have like key of and then a map type. I didn't find any other solution. So here's another alternative.
Like I said, I was just doing some work with this strategy earlier this week. So
hey man,
it's
take
kind
the compliment, all right?
Fresh in my mind.
So this is a very similar approach. Like pretty much everything is the same except for these two lines. And we see that these two lines are essentially what pick is. But what's nice about this perhaps is that it makes it more explicit what's happening. It's, I think can be reader to reader, but I think it says something about this challenge that basically I could not find any other way to solve it. This was really there's a way you can write it a little different, but from a logical standpoint, this was the only solution I found for this problem.
Yeah, this one feels a little weird to me because like you're mapping over like the keys of T, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then each key there is P, but then you're also mapping over K in P, which is only ever going to be a single value, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting syntax to me. And I guess it has to be a map. We couldn't just say like, I don't know. I definitely like the first one better. I feel like it's a little clearer, but
less syntaxy, definitely.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Yeah. I feel like I know P is supposed to be like a key of T, but then I see we're mapping over it, so I'm second guessing myself there.
I mean, would it work if we did this? I wonder. No. Oh, because we're still checking. Okay, because we still need an object that. Okay, yeah, because that's a value, and we still need to see if the objects are the same. So.
And does this not work if we just do like instead of using the equal helper, if we just do like pick T of P extends read only pick T of P T and P?
Let's try it. I don't think so. Like that. There is a funny thing.
Yeah, and then we like drop the exactly.
There is a funny thing in TypeScript that I've hit before. For if anybody hits it, you cannot put a line break after the extends.
Oh, interesting.
Which is like, how would anyone ever know that? But yeah, it's like a, I don't know, arguably a bug. I'm not sure. Yeah, it doesn't work.
Interesting.
So I think that's yeah. Anyway, we would get into a whole foray about equals. Equals is a sticky wicket, they say here in the Midwest. But
yeah, no, if you look at the source code for equal, it definitely is doing more than you initially think it would have to do.
Yep.
Yeah, it's basically checking both ways.
Run away. Okay, cool. On to the next one. Thank you.